Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the StarCityGames.com Cincinnati Open Weekend. Cedric Phillips, Patrick Sullivan, we are here in the booth. Nick Miller, you can see down there in the feature match area as we prepare to watch Collins Mullen against Jeremy Bertarioni. Humans, Blue-Green Merfolk is the matchup, which obviously we assumed would be in the semifinals of this tournament coming in this weekend, right?
Well, Blue-Green Merfolk, if memory serves, did have a top 8 finish last week.
It did in Charlotte, yes.
So this is not completely out of nowhere, but still I would say, a very unexpected top 4 matchup.
I know people expected Eldrazi-tron, Death Shadow, Affinity, and a bunch of other things, but we're watching humans of all shapes and sizes on Collins' side against Blue-Green Merfolk from Jeremy Bertarioni. As an wow. Ancient Ziggurat pass is a little bit surprising, I will say that. Collins has normally had a vial or at least a 1-drop every time we've watched him. An island here from Jeremy, and there is a very important card for him in Ether Vial. Here's an Ancient Ziggurat, and now here is Kitesail Freebooter. This is the bad side.
Remains to be seen. Get something, okay.
We take a look at Jeremy's hand here. 2 copies of Master of the Pearl Trident, 2 Spreading Seas, a Cavern of Souls, and a Mutavault. So Spreading Seas will be taken by the Freebooter.
It's not a bad spot for a freebooter because if Bertarioni got to just Spreading Seas back-to-back turns against no Vial while his Vial ticks up, that could easily run out of control here.
Spreading Seas is going to be an important card in this matchup. 1, because of the mana issues, but 2, Island Walk in a creature-on-creature matchup like this, big deal, of course.
Yeah, it matters a lot less if Mullen has a Vial because then the keeping him off his spells element is off the table. But yeah, even if the game drags out, just turning something into an island and letting your fish go to work, it's big too.
Bertarioni is going to draw and play a Cavern of Souls. He'll name Merfolk here on that. And does he want to spread some seas? He wants to play Master of the Pearl Trident, so he's going to get on the battlefield right away. We're going to head over to Collins now. Unclaimed territory here for Collins. He's got a 3rd Ziggurat as well. He's going to go to Mantis Rider. He's in the air, folks. He's in the air. Let's go over to Jeremy. It's time to go to Spreading Seas.
Well, this is a really strong indication that he has another Lord in hand because why would you bother casting it?
That's for sure. There's Mutavault.
Although this is a 14-dimensional chess bluff right here. If he actually didn't have a Lord, but I guess it's actually low risk, right? Because the worst case scenario is that you trade.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay. As there's Master of the Pearl Trident came across for 4. Unclaimed territory. Going to name humans here for Collins. This is the fear. The pack-rat nature of Merfolk.
And this is lethal on the table. He's got 3 Lords and a Mutavault.
Yeah, Spreading Seas makes it easy mode if he can play Spreading Seas and has another land.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't even thinking about giving Island Walk. Just on the table, he's
just
got lethal.
Fire it up and attack.
He's
sure.
got lethal.
All right, going to take 4. Bertarioni going to fall down to 12. Reflector Mage.
So not great because of the Vial, but I think this does do some work in holding off lethal. The problem is I don't think Mullen has his only Crusade, his only immediacy, right, is Mayor and Mantis Rider, and even if he plays one next turn, I think he's short on lethal.
Mayor, Mantis Rider, I thought he was Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, yeah. But I don't think any of these add up to enough damage. And of course, Bertarioni can simply, if he wants to, Spreading Seas, attack with my 2 Masters, pass, leave something back in my hand to Vial out, and block if I have to.
Well, you can just Vial out the Lord again.
Yep.
You know, because the Vial's on 2, so that's actually very easy to do. I think we're going to see him lead with Spreading Seas. Yep, that's going to take care of unclaimed territory. Draw a card from Treading Seas. Lord of Atlantis the draw. There's Mutavault. Activate there. Attack here. Before damage.
I don't think he really needs to, because he has lethal next turn regardless.
Okay.
And if you vial in the Lord, now a Reflector Mage clears out your blocker, and maybe between Mayor and or Thalia's Lieutenant plus that, you could die. This is safe. I mean, there's not really a workaround here from Mullen's side.
Okay. He's going to fall down to 6.
So you have an overwhelming lethal attack next turn, and this makes sure that your Lord is safe as a blocker from any sorcery, speed, chicanery.
Classic chicanery.
Yes. I don't know if Mullen has a sequence of cards that he could even have here, even if Bertarioni had put it into play on his own turn, but who knows? Why not be safe? You've got it covered by a lot next turn.
In second place with 20 points, Jim Davis. In third place, also with 20 points, Jacob Tilk. We then have 19 points for the rest of the top 8. In fourth place, Cody Murray. In fifth place, Jerry Zhu. Sixth place is Tyler Hill.
Thalia's Lieutenant.
Seventh place, Jack Comer. And in eighth
2,
place,
3.
19 points, Christopher G.
Thalia's Lieutenant.
Standings are being posted. These will become final.
I think this is
in 2
still
minutes. If you notice any errors,
not good enough.
bring it to our attention immediately.
Going to get 2 counters on that one. He should. Yep. So it's going to be. He's going to be short.
Right. Just vial in a chump blocker. He has to vial in a chump blocker because this is lethal on the table, but he's got.
That makes it easier. Harbinger of the Tides. Yeah, that makes it even easier. We'll bounce a creature, and that is going to do it. So Jeremy Bertarioni with Blue-Green Merfolk very quickly up a game here over Collins Mullen. As Blue-Green Merfolk, the old fishies, up a game over Humans. Top 4 Merfolk v Humans, huh? In Modern.
It's a tribal battle.
It certainly is. It certainly is. We'll take a look at the sideboards here. We'll start with Collins Mullen. He's got 2 Zathra Necromancer, 2 Aethersworn Canonist, 2 Fithian Renegades, 2 Fiend Hunter, 2 Aether Staticaster, 2 Tireless Tracker, 4th Reflector Mage, 1st Mirror Crusader, 1st and Offense of the Foremost. You felt that this is where Collins can get an advantage.
Extra Reflector Mage and the 2 copies of Fiend Hunter. I think these are great cards to be bringing in. Nothing else here really stands out. You know, you could bring in the Renegades, I suppose, to try to fight Vial. I think that was a little bit more compelling against Hefner because he also had Smuggler's Copter, but I think the Reflector Mage and the 2 Fiend Hunters are great.
For Bertarioni, 3 Ceremonious Rejection, 3 Relic Progenitus, 2 Raptrigger's Cage, 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Dispel, 2 Deep Root Waters, and a Dismember. There's really only one, man.
The Dismember.
Yeah.
I would bring in that because it kills creatures, and that's what Mullen's deck has.
Look at you.
Still got it.
Just-
Little rust, maybe. You know, but I still, on a macro level, I know what time it is.
You know what's going on.
I know what time it is.
Yeah, that's right. Well, these players are going to get ready here for game number 2. Mullen will be on the play. Bertarioni will be on the draw. These 2 very good friends, actually roommates, of course. So it's got to be fun for them playing in the top 4 of this tournament together here this weekend in Cincinnati. And perhaps they play together at SCG Game Night as well. The very popular promotion that we've got all over the world. You can bring to your local store. And if you do, we got some cool stuff coming out soon.
Go.sarcgames.com/game night to find out more information about Game Night. Every month we make new kits with pins and tokens with this art that we send out to stores. Stores can then run Game Night however they want to, any day of the week, any format. Just get players in the store on a regular basis for some fun and friendly magic. It's October. We're winding down, though. November's kit, the Tarmogoat, and then lastly in December, a Krogan Crusader.
Nailed it.
Go.sarcgames.com/game night. Find the Game Night closest to you. Stores, if you want to get signed up, contact your Star City Games in-store play representative.
And getting ready here for game number 2, Humans versus Blue-Green Merfolk. Our backup match, if we got time to jump that way, it's Scott Simmons with Blue-Red Gift Storm against Benjamin Reagan, who is playing Countess Company. We've had a very diverse top 8 if you're just joining us. We had Humans, Death and Taxes, Blue-Green Merfolk, Infect, Blue-Red Gift Storm, Affinity, Countess Company, and Black-White Eldrazi Taxes in the top 8 here this weekend. You can find the top 8 deck list over on our coverage page at StarCityGames.com. Make sure you're following at SCG Tour as well on Twitter. You get some links there. Make that process a little bit easier. Of course, you'll also be able to find the top 32 deck list of this tournament. The results of both our Standard and Modern Classic. And I can't forget that next weekend in Washington, D.C., Legacy.
I know.
Taking place.
I'm excited for next year. Not to spoil too much, but it's been a minute since I've covered some Legacy.
You haven't seen a Wasteland in how long?
Well, you know, Magic Online, I see them a lot.
That's true.
But in the booth, it's been a minute.
Yeah. So we'll have Legacy next week, and Matthias Hunt, Ryan Overturf, and Nick Miller, along with the rest of the SCG crew, will be taking care of that tournament for you. Should be interesting to see what happens in the nation's capital next weekend. Going to have some lands, I'm sure. Some Deathrite Shamans. People are on this little mini crusade right now about Deathrite Shaman need to be banned in Legacy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
These people.
Yeah.
These people. I guarantee you, it's overwhelmingly invested Legacy players who've been playing for a really long time, and it is just the purest example of Stockholm syndrome that exists in Magic. It's just like, yeah, Wasteland's fine, because we've just gotten used to it, because you've just been playing with it forever. When True Name Nemesis came out, and I understand there's elements of that card that can be very frustrating, but when True Name Nemesis came out, people were saying that this is just the most ridiculous thing, that like Legacy's so busted and so unfair. I'm just trying to imagine the world where True Name Nemesis was released in Tempest and everyone had just gotten used to it. And then Wasteland was printed in some Commander product, and then suddenly people are playing with Wasteland for the first time. Legacy's got this weird, people complain, they both complain when the metagame is stale for a long time, and also complain when new cards make the metagame different. And you don't get to have both. You get one or the other. It's like, True Name Nemesis, I hate this card because I've been playing with Swords to Plowshares and Lightning Bolt for 30 years straight, and I never want to have to put a different card in my deck. This is stupid.
I don't have to beat it.
This is stupid because we've all decided among ourselves what the cards are that we like to play, and anything that makes me play something different is BS. I just don't. Whatever.
You okay?
Whatever.
You okay? He got it out. He got it out, folks.
What's wrong with Deathrite? Explain to me what the issue is with Deathrite.
Well, it just does everything. It's a 1/2. It invalidates some creatures. It taps for mana.
Let's say I understand it's powerful. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to sell me on that.
Okay, it's very powerful.
What is it doing? Like Sensei's Divine Top makes rounds laborious. It makes games grueling. It adds time to any physical tournament. Those are compelling cases to ban Sensei's Divine Top. What's the case for Deathrite Shaman?
It's too powerful.
It's powerful. I like to play with the cards I like to play with, and they may or may not be as good as they used to be. Well, that's stupid.
Jeremy.
It ruins it for me.
Jeremy's going to take a mulligan here.
Because all I like to do, this is what I love to do. I have my Legacy deck, and every set comes out, and every set I go to the forums, and I complain about how none of the cards are good enough for Legacy.
It's true.
And then a set comes out where there's a card that's good enough for Legacy, and then I just go to the same forums and complain about that card.
That's too good for Legacy.
I hate all the weak cards. I hate all the powerful cards. I hate all of them. All the cards. There's not a single one that I like except the ones that have been in my deck since 1994. Those are the only cards I like to play with.
All right. Well, it is an older format.
Right. I get
it is an older format. So it sounds like you're not in favor of it being banned.
I'm not saying I'm not in favor of it. I'm saying, what's the case? I want to know what the case is.
It's in a lot of decks. It provides mana fixing and mana acceleration.
I know what the text of the card is.
And it's graveyard
I've read the card.
Okay.
I've played with it against it.
That's the reason.
I know that.
That's the reason. It does too much for 1 mana.
Right.
That's the reason.
It's just like, why should Lightning Bolt be banned? Well, it's an instant. For 1 mana, it deals 3 damage. It can target creatures or players. Like, I know. I've read the card.
That's
Don't just list facts.
That's for a green mana. For a green mana, you can remove a creature from the graveyard, which hurts my Reanimator deck.
Right.
Have you considered that?
Right. Oh yeah, we need to be protecting Entomb guys' experience. This is stupid because sometimes I have to play a third, maybe even a fourth turn.
Yeah. Ancient Ziggurat and Noble Hierarch is how we're going to start off game 2 here between Mullen and Bertarioni. A vial off a Botanical Sanctum.
I like that I'm so divorced from these conversations. I'm not really super online or invested in forums, that I don't have to expose myself to the arguments about Deathrite Shaman getting banned in Legacy.
Yeah, you're just off it.
Right.
Well, you just faded it. Must be nice.
No.
A Mantis Rider attacked for 4.
It's a creature, and I don't want to put. I want my deck to be nothing but dark rituals. And if I had to put a creature removal spell on my deck, it ruins it for me. I don't want to play anymore.
Harbinger of the Tides is going to bounce Noble Hierarch. We're going to head back over to Collins. I think he may have picked up another Mantis Rider. We've got a regular Kevin Jones out here, folks.
Don't tell me it makes mana when you can play with Lion's Eye Diamond. That makes mana 2. It makes 3 of it.
But you got to work for that. You got to work for it.
Kind of.
You don't have to work for it for Deathrite Shaman.
Don't tell me it makes mana when you can play with Ancient Tomb.
It's graveyard hate.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's mana acceleration. It's fixing. It's fixing.
Yeah.
It's fixing. That's important. It's fixing.
Is the argument here that there's all these, it's blurring the color pie because black gets all this mana fixing?
Yeah.
Because of all the mono black Deathrite Shaman decks that are floating around in Legacy?
2 Mantis Riders going to come in. Jeremy down to 10. We're going to see the speaker slide through the vial.
You know what the problem is? The problem is polluted delta.
Yeah.
But no one's willing to have that conversation, right? You know why? Stockholm Syndrome. We've been kidnapped by those horrible lands for 15 years that we feel we need to go out of our way to defend them. So the problem can't be the cantrips. The problem, it can't be the lands that are horrible for other reasons and also busted with Deathrite Shaman. It's the new card.
There's a Branch Walker of the Merfolk variety.
I don't care. Bertarioni's, we're in garbage time here. Bertarioni's about to get killed. He can't block or kill these things. It's fine. We're done. We'll go to game 3 here in a moment.
Branch Walker got placed into the graveyard from the Explorer from a new set.
I want that.
New
yeah.
set.
And it's if it shows up in Legacy, it's stupid because it's a new thing I have to think about.
Now we have an attack here for 2, 3, 4. No blocks, thank you. As Mullen's going to fall down to 15. Down to 15.
I really want to know what's up with these fetch lands and random lands in the deck here.
And Collins deck?
It's
I want to ask him too.
It's a little. I don't understand.
What is this? Is this the mayor? Are we going to Averbrook?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
Who's your favorite mayor?
The mayor of Averbrook.
Okay.
Are there any other mayors?
McCheese. Well, there are other mayors, like There's a mayor of Denver. I don't know who that is.
You just set me up for that.
Fictional mayors.
Yeah. Bertarioni's hand is a Harbinger of the Tides. And beautiful.
Yeah, he's just dead to these Mantis Riders. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what's in his hand.
I literally can't breathe. Okay, I'm all right.
Where are you? I want to know where are these Deathrite Shaman forums.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you do not. I'll tell you that right now. No, you do not. Unclaimed territory, naming human. Mantis Riders will be coming in here momentarily. He just might want to play the mayor beforehand.
Yeah, Mullen just making a check here. Is there any way that I get punked down on the way back? What's the interaction that he has for Mantis Rider? But if you knock him down to If you knock him down to 2, then it takes Dismember off the table, and I don't think he has an interaction point.
Yeah. Especially because his hand is so weak. Harbinger's going to come in. It's going to bounce nothing. And Bertarioni will put his Vial up to 3. Mutavault in hand, draw a card. He'll play that Mutavault. I think he might attack with all of his creatures.
You're dead.
Nah, in.
You got yeah. And even if he vials in a Lord.
Yeah, these blocks are free.
Yeah, because he's got the mayor and he knows his didn't have anything. Well, you know.
Hey, play it out.
Gotta get the most out of it.
Hey, play it out. Two friends that would normally be doing this in their apartment are doing it here.
Right, that makes it even more questionable use of time. It's not like they're short on the ability to do this. Okay, great.
All set. Collins Mullen gonna win game number 2 here over Jeremy Bertarioni. Humans, Blue Green Merfolk getting ready here for game number 3.
Yep, having a good laugh.
Yeah.
Having a good laugh, telling some jokes.
Take a look at the sideboards here one more time. See if anything's going to change here for you with Jeremy on the play this game. He hasn't even gone back to the drawing board, really, so I imagine nothing's going to change here, yeah?
No, I mean, I think Jeremy's got nothing past the Dismember that he can really bring in here. Mullen side, the Reflector Mage and the 2 Fiend Hunters, and I don't think there's any reason for them to keep up appearances and go back to the drawing board.
Do you think that Gataxian Probe should be banned in Legacy? Is that okay?
I mean, you could make an argument that I would buy. It's really weird. It's kind of weird to me to give a free pass to Brainstorm and to a lesser degree Ponder and then start trying to trim around the edges of the less powerful cantrips. That just doesn't make sense to me as a way to manage the ban list. So I could totally buy it on power level, play pattern, incentives, all that. But I think if you're going to make the format about blue cantrips, what's the point of banning the 4th best one and letting the other 3 go?
Well, these players will shuffle up here for game 3 very quickly, but while they do that, we want to talk about the StarCityGames.com Creature Collection. And at this Creature Collection, we have Vampire Night Fox available now in playmat sleeves and player bundles. You can check out all of the members of the Creature Collection at go.starcitygames.com/Creature Collection, like our reindeer sleeves. And soon, next month, because November is almost here, Tarmogoat.
It's not like that rolls off the tongue. You gave me a lot of grief in Louisville about having trouble pronouncing that one. And it's not like it's just, you're not just firing it out there. You need to gather yourself.
Tarmogoat.
Okay.
Bang. This one easier to say. Vampire Night Fox. Playmat sleeves, player bundles available now.
And there's also October's game night.
It sure is. We'll pull that down.
Promotion we had already discussed.
Yeah, we'll pull that down. We'll head back to the match.
At length.
Jeremy going to be on the play here for game number 3. Vial, very important here for the Merfolk player.
The conversations about bans in Modern at least make more sense when they're initiated, I think, on sketchy terms, because the format has been maintained and groomed through bannings for so long that sort of shapes the conversation. It shapes the tenor of things. Legacy, not so much. Bans are infrequent. And the format is such a free-for-all that it's very rare that there's anything approaching a consensus of what the best strategy is, what the problematic cards are. The cards that are at the root problematic, to the extent that there is a problem, are all foundational cards of the format that people would freak out about if they ever got banned.
I agree. 2 words. Bang. I agree. Island. Vial. Let's do this. Mayor of Aberbrook Collins, first draw. Does he have a Vial this game? That's the question, right? That's the question.
I think Bertarioni might have kept a 1-lander with Vial, which is totally safe. Unlikely he gets blown up, but actually suggests a very good draw here if he's Vial plus all action.
No. Does he draw a second land? I think, well, he's got a cavern. That means his hand is definitely good.
He's on 2 lands and all action, so really good look here.
Counter Soul's going to name Merfolk. Silvergill Adept going to allow Jeremy to draw a card. Going to have to reveal Merfolk, of course, but he's got plenty of those to reveal. And he's going to reveal, all right, the Speaker. He's got a 1-drop to put through the Vial, too. That's going to be a 2/2.
Yep. Mullen is about to find out about it anyway, so,
Absolutely.
might as well show it.
But we're going to see who brawls better now in just a moment, right?
Yeah. Although the player on the play with more lords in their deck, I like their side of it.
I do too. Collins Mullen will draw. Picked up a Temple Garden, it looks like. It's an Ancient Ziggurat. This might be a freebooter. It is. So he's on the hunt for probably Spreading Seas, maybe a removal spell here. The question is it a hit? That's going to slide through the vial. Jeremy's going to throw it. Just take it.
Just hurling his cards at his good friend.
2 islands, Silver Gill-Adept, and a Lord of Atlantis.
Take a look, you scumbag. Throw it.
They're roommates.
Take a look at my. Are they? I guess
they're literally roommates.
Well, I was starting to see if the islands matched. I was going to comment on that.
No, those islands do match.
Yeah.
Jeremy brought his A game here for his Blue Green Merfolk deck. I can appreciate that. Here we go. Vial up to 2. Another vial to draw. Not a great draw there for Jeremy. 1 vial, always good in these matchups, and always good for these decks. 2nd vial, generally quite bad.
Although this game might be played on a short enough timeline that doesn't really matter.
Silver Gill-Adept going to come through the vial, draw a card, picked up a Master of the Pearl Trident. That means there are 2 Crusades there for our Merfolk player. The only thing missing here for Jeremy, he just needs Spreading Seas.
Yep, some way to get an island on the battlefield and island walk plus this clock. Even if Mullen starts firing back with his good 3s, Reflector Mage or Manus Rider, this might just be too much too fast.
It's an attack here for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, he might just be too far behind. And it is kind of interesting, right? One of the few cards that invalidates Reflector Mage is Aether Vial.
Good with and against.
Yes, very true. There's the island, another vial, kick it back. Noble Hierarch, yep. Vial up to 2. Let's see if Collins can keep up because he is sure behind right now. And he needs to draw really well to be able to catch back up here. For another freebooter is...
Nice.
No, that is not it. Another freebooter is definitely not it.
Surprised those are still in the deck.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, there's not very many spells to take. You got 4 Spreading Seas and 3 Dismembers after board.
And the Spreading Seas can be cast ahead of the freebooter. The Dismember can be cast in response. There's not something he's going to be sitting with in his hand for a long time.
I like flying in the matchup because the ground can get gummed up, so there's some value there, but it's just a little, it's just too small.
I don't know. I think anytime the ground is getting gummed up, Mullen is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because it means he's just waiting for an island and then the ground is no longer gummed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even really know if Colin has much going on in his hand at this point, truth be told.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about how does he catch up if he has, you know, Manus Rider and Mayor or Reflector Mage and Thalia's Lieutenant. His hand might not even be that good.
But it's got to be something like that for him to catch up.
Yes.
Now, he does have Mare in hand, so that's a start. The freebooter, maybe? Yeah. Get a good look at the hand.
Another Lord and another island.
Mm-hmm. This entire game now he's got to face Spreading Seas. If Spreading Seas shows up, this game is over.
On the spot.
His hand's really good, though.
And even in the absence of an island showing up here, it's just going to it's going to be a challenge for him to beat the size that's on the battlefield.
Here's Thalia's Lieutenant. His hand's actually, he has Mare too.
Okay.
That he can put through Violet.
I mean, that's about,
his hand's actually pretty good.
That's about as good as you can ask for.
Yeah.
He is still in a lot of trouble should Spreading Seas come off the top. But if you can fade that and block, Mayor plus Thalia's Lieutenant is a really good looking turn.
Well, we got an update on our backup match. Don't get to jump that way because it's already over. Scott Simmons, Blue Red Gift Storm, wins his match 2-0. And if you are Collins, You want that matchup
Oh yeah.
in the finals. He's
Yeah,
got to
we
get
saw
by this
that.
one.
Thalia, Freebooter, Meddling Mage, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's up against it a little bit here. He's been unblemished through this tournament, 14-0 through the Swiss rounds before taking an intentional draw last round of the Swiss. Won his top 8 match, game 3 here. A solid matchup looming for him in the finals if he can get through it.
Well, he's got to hope that his friend here kind of walks into a bit of a trap and hopes he doesn't draw Spreading Seas. Again, Spreading Seas is lights out. Okay, well, there's a redraw at it. Silvergill Adept. Collins and Jeremy, they are roommates. Very, very good friends. They are here together. Silvergill Adept. Reveal Master of the Pearl Trident. Draw a card. Vial number 3 is a whiff.
No good.
There's an island.
I mean, the upshot is it allows him to set his vials to 3-2-1, which is everything, but still a bad draw.
And there's the Master.
I love casting here.
Same. Same.
Keep it in Mullen's head that it's possible you've hit another 2-mana Lord, and what are the implications of that on the blocks?
Silvergill Adept's going to be a 4-3. And then the Speaker, Chimera's Speaker, is going to be a 2-2. Should be a 4-4. Lord of Atlantis is a 3-3. There should be some decent enough blocks here, I think.
Yeah, particularly if you can vial in the Mayor, then you have a 3-4. The freebooter is a 3-4 then, matches up with Lord of Atlantis. You can make some other trades and profitable 2-for-1, double blocks and such.
So this is going to go there. Remember, if the Lord dies, the House of Cards crumbles a little bit here.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised to see Lord of Atlantis come in.
I guess these have to be the blocks. And Thales Lieutenant is going to get +2/+2. One from the Mayor, one from the trigger of a human. Freebooters are going to be 2/3s. They're going to be 3/4s. So all these creatures are just going to exchange, from what I can tell. Yeah, so everything dies and then 4 damage comes through. There was a way to keep a freebooter there, I think. Freebooter gets in front of the Lord. Thales Lieutenant gets in front of a Silvergill Adept. The other one gets in front of a Silvergill Adept.
Yeah, I think that I would have wanted to just put a 3-4 in front of a 3-3.
Yeah, he should. I think he could have blocked differently to be able to keep the freebooter. And every creature counts in a game like this.
I mean, it would be the biggest thing on the battlefield.
Yeah. Violet 2, he wants to decide if he's going to raise it up. He will not.
Everything he wants to do for 3 is largely main phase. I guess Reflector Mage would be nice to be able to vial in, but his 2s are just so much more, surprising, or they mess up combat a lot more. They're Mayors, Thalia's Lieutenants.
Well, what's tough here is he drew a 3. He drew a Fiend Hunter, I believe. And Fiend Hunter's still very good on this board. Don't get me wrong. It's exquisite. It's going to take care of Master of the Pearl Trident. The tough thing is I know he wants to transform his Mare at some point and start cranking out wolves that way, because in matchups like this, it's just about getting the better battlefield.
Yep.
Now, we could see Noble Hierarch attack here.
Safe attack, and I don't think you want to trade off your Mayor here, so this attack looks good to me.
So that's an attack for, no, this is going to be a 1, it's going to be 2, then Exalted, so an attack for 3.
Huh.
And right now, we can't forget, Fiend Hunter is a 2/4 because of the Mare. Bertarioni has drawn a lot of vials. Third one's in hand, though Collins doesn't know that. So what's this draw going to be? Marrow Regery. Okay.
But I don't know if that really gets him anywhere because he still can't attack with the Silvergill Adept into the Fiend Hunter. Well,
It's a 2-2.
the problem that I have with this is if you vial in the... Oh, I suppose the line here is if... No, because it triggers on the upkeep. If you vial in the Regery,
You get transformation.
you get the Mayor transforms.
Yeah. You want to actually, in my opinion, you want to cast the Regery.
Right, yeah. This is...
Because what's bad about this is not casting the Regery means the Mayor transforms, but if the Mayor were to transform on Colin's turn, or excuse me, on Jeremy's turn, it wouldn't make a wolf. It's going to get to make a wolf now.
Okay, well, he had the vial left over, so he can just cast
Okay,
that.
you can cast that. Okay, then that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I would have still just preferred, well, how about you just cast the vial, and now you have access to Regery to surprise
However
him
you want,
in case he makes a bad attack or something comes up.
Madness Rider's a huge draw. A huge draw.
Yeah, it still delays him a turn on getting the Mayor flip if that's a priority.
But that's okay. I mean, that's a 5-power attacker.
Yeah, it's 5. I
Yeah.
mean, you get Exalted plus the Mayor bonus.
Now, assuming he drew a Mantis Rider, that's an absolutely dynamic draw in a spot like this.
Also, I think Mullen can afford to get a little bit aggressive here. There's no Lord of Atlantis or Master, so there's no risk of Island Walk right now. Even if he draws a Spreading Seas, that doesn't do anything right now.
And Jeremy down at 12. I am curious how long he's going to keep that vial on 2. I mean, it seems like he's made a decision to keep it there. Vials are going to be at 3, 2, and 1 here for Jeremy. Oh, never mind. It's going to go up to 4. Hey.
Oh, so he's got the Master.
And he must have the Master still in his deck.
Master seems good in this matchup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not, no removal.
Harbinger of the Tides. Which is definitely good in some spots.
Not
no
here.
doubt. But oddly enough, not here. Now, Harbinger of the Tides is a card I want to take a look at here. I am curious if he can bounce his own creature.
Can he attack with Silvergill Adept, vial it in, pull
Bounce
it back to his hand?
Yep.
Well, keep in mind with the Harbinger, he can trigger the Regery first, so he can cobble together an unsummon here.
Oh, you're right.
It's
yeah.
opponent controls, but you can still bounce.
Yeah. Might want to tap and bounce Fiend Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really good, actually.
This allows him to make some progress on the board.
That's why you kind of wish the vial was on 3, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't really see this coming.
But, you know, maybe you could have. I don't know.
Because now, well, Marrow Regery's a 3-3? Yeah, Regery's a 3-3.
So you have 3-3, 4-3, 3-3 coming across here?
Speaker is a
4-4.
4-4.
4-4-3.
So Silvergill and Speaker are 4-4s, and Marrow Regery's a 3-3. So you actually just get to free roll eat the Marrow Regery. And then you can decide what you want to do with the Noble Hierarch if you just want to chump block now, which I think you might have some interest in doing.
Yeah, I don't think you can just take 8.
I think
then you might just die to going wide next turn.
Yeah. So I don't like taking 8 here. And the Noble Hierarchs, I mean, I don't want to say it's doing nothing because it's definitely doing something.
Bertarioni has been a little bit more flippant with attacking with his lords in this game than I would have preferred, particularly Regery, because Regery puts you in a spot where blocking is really problematic. You draw anything at all, you tap down a blocker and all your stuff's bigger. So I think the fact that this is, as you mentioned, is basically a freebie.
Noble Hierarch, yeah, this is insane for him. Because Noble Hierarch's a 2-power creature, so it gets to get in front of Silvergill Adept, which is a 3 toughness
you
creature.
kill that too.
You get to kill that too.
And you take 4 total.
Yeah, this is a great turn for Collins. This is not a very good attack by the
I'm fine with the Regery.
shouldn't come in.
Yeah, the other 2, whatever. I think attacking there is fine.
Yeah.
But the Regery attack, first of all, it's just not that good on the table. And second, the value of a Regery to what it does to so many of your draws next turn.
The value of tapping something onto
Right,
whatever is
right.
really high. So damage is going to resolve. At first, I thought it was going to be a chump block with Noble Hierarch. It's actually, yeah, because now this dies because it has 2 toughness.
And
exactly.
Now, right, and now it's, you Harbinger of Tides goes from the game's over if you draw that next turn to probably nothing.
Just a random card.
Right.
Vial up to 3 I love. The situation has changed. He's definitely got something he wants to vial through. We'll see what the draw is. It's an unclaimed territory.
So Mullen is now just on the Fiend Hunter.
Correct. So an attack with Mantis Rider in the air is going to be for 4. I believe we will see Collins not play Fiend Hunter.
Yep.
Transform his mare into Howlpack Alpha, which is a big body. Mantis Rider will lose the bonus because Howlpack Alpha doesn't pump humans, but that's okay because that creature's just big.
And also you can Fiend Hunter the Master, and then all the stuff that Bertarioni has left over isn't big enough to attack through the Mantis Rider anyway.
Absolutely. Looks like a Temple Garden enters the battlefield tapped. Now, you know, Collins does have a real question to kind of ask himself on if he wants to transform the mare or if he'd rather it be giving the human bonus, but he's going to transform it. Howlpack Alpha.
I think the benefits here of keeping the Fiend Hunter in hand and being able to play at instant speed is just too high.
A land drawn there by Jeremy. It's a botanical garden.
And now
botanical sanctum, excuse me.
And now it looks like we've got no attacks because Bertarioni knows that the Fiend Hunter comes through the vial, takes care of the Lord, and then everything's blown up.
And I still think the Fiend Hunter, well, it's interesting if he should use it now, a little bit. I think.
I suppose there's no rush, but it might open up you. It might open up and allow you to attack. If you draw a mare, your 2/4 is good to hit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to put a lethal attack down, and you're so likely to do it anyway if Bertarioni's up to anything that I don't mind getting it out of the way. Plus, you might just draw another 3. Like, if you draw a Reflector Mage or another Fiend Hunter, you want that vial loosened up, ready to go.
Here's Noble Hierarch. We'll see Mantis Rider come in yet again. This is going to be for 3/4 because of the Noble Hierarch. So Noble Hierarch's actually a pretty good draw because it keeps the clock at 2 turns as opposed to being 3 turns. Make a 2/2 wolf now, and now the battlefield is just really gummed up. Jeremy's going to do a little bluffing by activating vials.
It's not really a bluff if his response is just yeah.
Yeah.
But put it into play if you have it.
I can't do anything about it. Jeremy will draw a card. Didn't get a great look at it. I think it's a spell. It might be Branch Walker. Just going to pass the turn back. Well, the thing here is that Collins plays very simple.
I attack with Mantis Rider.
Yeah, just like what he's done the past X turns, which is I will attack you with Mantis Rider. And if you have a Dismember, you're going to die anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fairly sure there's no other out in the 75 cards of Jeremy's deck. He might have a Cure a Great Glassspinner to chump block. But Mantis Rider is just going to attack. Exalted Trigger. It's an attack for 4. Vial activation, I believe it is Merfolk Branchwalker. It is. There will be an Explore trigger. Another Merfolk Branchwalker. Yep, you can have that +1/+1 counter. That's what Colin says to his roommate. Enjoy it. But Jeremy's got to come to the realization I think we've come to here in the booth, which is he's got no outs. He's just got to take this 4 damage. Because even if it was a Dismember, it wouldn't help. Collins Mullen going to win this match here over Jeremy Bertarioni. 2-1. Humans going to take care of Blue-Green Merfolk, and Collins Mullen still undefeated through this tournament, and he's got one heck